The Kessler house was an infamous legend in our little town of Greensville. A Victorian-era mansion. It sat atop Widow's Hill, overlooking the town with its imposing presence. It was rumored to be haunted by the spirits of the Kessler family, who had vanished without a trace one winter night over a century ago. One dare led to another, and soon I found myself standing before the dilapidated mansion, armed with just a flashlight and a handheld camera, ready to document my brave foray into the paranormal. After all, I wanted my YouTube channel, Paranormal Perspectives, to be a sensation. Little did I know, this adventure would take a terrifying turn that would shake me to my very core. I stepped in through the creaking front door. A thin layer of dust covered the antique furniture, and cobwebs adorned every corner, proving that no one had stepped foot in here for decades. The eerie silence, only punctuated by the distant hooting of an owl, sent chills down my spine. I journeyed deeper into the mansion, entering a room filled with ancient portraits. The faces of the Kesslers stared back at me, their eyes seeming to follow my every move. I could feel the atmosphere grow colder, the silence pressing against my eardrums like a physical force. A sudden breeze rustled the old curtains, causing the chandelier to sway ominously. I began to feel a strange sensation, a feeling as if I wasn't alone. Soft whispers echoed around the room, barely audible. They grew louder as I moved closer to the portrait of a young girl, the only Kessler child, Mary. As I reached out to wipe the dust off her portrait, a cold hand grabbed mine. I turned around in terror, only to find nothing. The whispers had ceased, and I was alone in the room once again. I moved to the next room, my heartbeat thundering in my ears. This was the dining room. A grand table, covered in a moldy tablecloth, taking the center stage. Chairs were strewn about as if the family had left in a hurry. Then, without warning, the chairs moved and arranged themselves around the table, while the chandelier above flickered to life, casting an eerie glow. I stood frozen, my heart pounding against my ribcage. I could hear the whispers again, growing louder, more urgent, and then abruptly, they stopped, filled with dread, but driven by a morbid curiosity. I continued my exploration. The whispers guided me, leading me to a locked room at the end of the corridor. A sense of dread washed over me as I unlocked the door, revealing the room that was once Mary's. Her toys were scattered around, her bed neatly made, as if she would return any minute. The room was chillingly cold, and I could see my breath in the air. The whispers grew louder, converging into a little girl's voice. "Help me," it pleaded. A sudden gust of wind blew open the curtains, revealing a shadowy figure outside the window, a silhouette resembling the little girl from the portraits. In a heartbeat, I was sprinting down the corridor, out of the house, leaving behind the echoing plea of the little girl. The Kessler house still stands, a ghostly relic of a bygone era, a monument to the unquiet spirits trapped within its walls. As for me, my channel became an overnight sensation after posting the footage, but the chilling memories of that night, the desperate plea of Mary Kessler, continue to haunt me, sometimes late at night. I can still hear the whispers,